hosted by CSRBOX and co-hosted by Office of Principal Scientific Advisor to the Government of India and co-presented by National Skills Development Council Corporation. We are starting our day with an exciting session focusing on leveraging the power of feasible and scalable STEM, that is science, technology, engineering, and mathematics lab kits, that is DIY lab kits, do-it-yourself lab kits, to advance, and these kind of solutions to advance empowerment in the areas or in the schools and in the regions where these are not readily accessible. I'm sure all of you growing up would have done experimentations, chemistry lab, but this is not something that is very much accessible to our students who are studying in government schools. So this live micro clinics is an effort which CSRBOX is taking to maybe invest in those scalable, small, low-cost solutions, so that even students at government school or from the underprivileged background who do not have access to those state-of-the-art activities can also experience the magic of science, whether it's spectrum, whether it's white light dispersion, whether it's anything, because science is all around us in the environment. So starting our session is we have Rupsha, who is our Senior Associate EVP, and this is an in-house session, and then we have Tanvi, who is our Senior Consultant. So Rupsha and Tanvi, over to you for the session.
There are enough government schools with science lab to help them out in the situation. So on that part, as per the very recent study by UDISC, which is the Unified District Information System of Education, according to their survey, less than 50% of government schools with secondary sections, they have integrated science lab. Now, I'd just like to ask, all of you, what comes to your mind when you, what is integrated science lab in very simplified way? What is an integrated science lab in a school? Absolutely. So yes, it's basically a well-equipped lab where, there are proper instruments, equipments, and you can perform different theories of subjects, science subjects like physics, chemistry, biology. So we understand, right, that development of integrated science lab is of prior importance in order to provide hands-on learning experience. But there is no setup already here. So what can be the solution? Let's explore at the different solution approaches. So yes, one of the solution approach is through STEM education model. Now what happens in a STEM education model? So basically there are many organizations who are working for this STEM education. First of all, what they do is they set up a mobile STEM lab unit. Now what is a mobile STEM lab unit? It can be a 4-wheeler vehicle, it can be a 2-wheeler vehicle, but basically STEM trainers travel to this vehicle and go to different educational institutes and support students out there. Now, how do they support, right? So, in each and every government school, there is a particular curriculum present. For the science also, it is the same. So, children are learning the theoretical part. But where they are lacking, they don't have enough science lab facility where they are getting the hands-on experiment-based approach of the learning. So, STEM trainers actually uses these STEM kits, which are readily available in market. So you will get it, and along with the kits, you will also get the small models which are needed for experimentation. For example, if you are learning about electricity, so you need to understand how does a AC motor works, what is the AC-DC connection. So small experiments can be done using these kind of kits. And these kits basically is available for all the students, so where students get the understanding of this hands-on experiments. So this is one of the solution approach, but the problem is this also comes with a high cost. So these STEM kits, these are costly. It is readily available in market, but these are costly, and providing individual STEM kits to all 40 students in a class actually become difficult. So we started looking at that what can be an affordable and scalable solution which can be easily made. It can actually be provided to a number of students, and it can actually help them in this experiment-based learning. So for this part, I'll once again hand it over to Tanvi.
Next.
Yeah.
Next. So basically, when we talk about affordable and scalable solution, so जब भी हम ये STEM kits की बात करते हैं या कोई भी science experimental kits की बात करते हैं, they are mostly very costly. तो as a solution, what we do is कि DIY से हम उन बच्चों को वो equipments कैसे पहुंचा सकते हैं. So if you see here, DIY Newton's disc, DIY बैटरी ऑपरेटेड मोटर का, तो यहाँ पे हम कार्डबोर्ड शीट का यूज़ कर रहे हैं, बॉटल के ढक्कन का यूज़ कर रहे हैं. सो दैट्स हाउ वी आर यूजिंग recyclable and reusable materials here when we talk about making different lab kits and providing those equipments to different government schools where the need is actually there.
So in the next 2 to 3 minutes, as you all will be turning into volunteers and supporting, students in government schools of Ahmedabad with some really fun-fit science kits, I want all of you to pat on your back that you all are doing a wonderful job as volunteer today. And as because our topic is science, so we would quickly like all of you to revisit your class 7 and 8 standard science, syllabus, and let's check if you remember those cool stuffs. So, anyone remember litmus paper? And litmus paper actually comes in 2 colors. Anyone remember what were the colors? Blue and red, right? Okay, I have red litmus paper. I have put it in a solution and it has turned blue. So, what kind of test is that? Acidic test.
No. Checking the pH.
Checking the pH. Other answers? Alkaline test, yes. Anyone else? Yes, correct. So it is basically the litmus test for base or alkaline. So yes, small experiments that is actually helping the students to understand how actually science occurs. Similarly, if I have one candle, I have this lighted up candle and I have put a glass beaker on top of it. Now what will happen after some time? Okay, so there is no water, like the glass beaker is empty. The empty glass beaker on top of the candle. So there is no water here. Yes. Exactly, the candle will extinguish because oxygen is very much essential for combustion, and it actually proves, right, oxygen is essential for combustion. So these kind of small experiments, not necessarily with the STEM lab kits, but actually enhancing our creativity, we can make small kits which can actually help students to understand science. It can actually enhance the scientific literacy in them, and it can actually help them to question that, okay, why are we learning science without any proper experimentation models? So yes, with this thought process in mind, STEM education actually goes ahead where it provides hands-on experience to the students, which actually helps them to solve different real life problems using the scientific concepts that they are learning. It actually induces them to use it in their real life, and also it enhances their creative thinking. And the school STEM kits that you will be making today will actually go to different schools of Kalol and Sanand region in Ahmedabad, where students will be performing activities like with their science kits like this. And what are we making today? So we are going to make Newton color disc and DIY projector. So everyone ready? Yes. Okay, all right. So for the Newton disc, you already have a few craft items here. You can see a round disc. Yes, let me just take my complete sample items. So yes, here is the complete round disc, but how you will be making it? So you have all these things: strings, needles, color paper, scissors. So take the round disc first, and then you have to use the pencil. There is pencil, and divide it into 6 equal parts, and write like what all colors you will be filling in, and then you will basically have to cut the papers accordingly and then fill up the colors. Like you have to paste the colors there. So you can divide your task, and then yes, one person can cut all the papers and other can paste it. And for the DIY projector, okay, Tanvi. You do twice. So, okay, so Newton disk you all are making, right? How does it work? So, scientist Newton, he had an experiment mainly on the Newton disk, mainly to prove that it was said white light or white light ray. So, it is basically the summation of 7 different colors. Now, first and foremost thing, I will say that, okay, I don't, believe in it. Please show it to me first. Yeah, this Newton disk, once you make it, you will have to, put the string and the needle inside. And now if you just, rotate it like this with a lot of speed, and then, you leave it. So when it rotates with a high speed, I'm unable to get the speed now, it actually appears white. It is because of the diffraction of light, and it is not, white. The colors are not turning white, but it is because of the light. So this is the Newton disk experiment. Something similar to prism effect. Prism effect. So it was taught like that, 7 colors falling on the prism and the reflection is white. So white color falling.
Senses just trying to do. Table number 4 is very active. I can see that. Almost there, I believe. Other tables, please take note of this. Sir on the front desk is almost done, waiting for 2 more pieces.
We have our first complete disk.
Yeah. Sir, what are you waiting for? So we have our first complete disk, which looks. Let's focus on other themes. Ma'am, you can put in the thread, and then we can, really do the experiment. Let's see whether it really works also. Almost 20 years. Well, let's check. Messages to those students.
We exactly have 4 minutes left.
Yes, 4 minutes. I think almost all our teams are done. Table number 3.
बोलो कि वो अटेंड कर सकते हैं
1 last minute.
अभी आपने मुझे फ़ोन किया था ना वो जो ऑर्गेनाइजेशन है हैदराबाद से आई है तो उनको बोलो वो अटेंड कर सकते हैं
30 more seconds. 30 more seconds.
with a lot of speed.
At least, sir, they will appreciate your effort, not something, right?
They will do it a lot better than us.
So the whole idea is to give you the flavor of EVP activities, which are easy.
10 more seconds and we are going to do the countdown.
Yeah, that we will do.
10.
Thank you very much. Please take your seats.
I can see this table is ready. This table is also ready. This table is also ready. And this table is also ready. Okay. Now I want everyone's attention here again. I can see this table to be very attentive again. Waiting for that table to give attention here. Thank you so much. So, what we are going to do is that our final product. 1 second. Okay, this is a little difficult, but I hope everyone can see. Yeah. So that's how it is looking like. Okay? Tape. Okay? Done. नाउ वी आर गोइंग टू अंडरस्टैंड कि हमने इसको बनाया कैसे है और इसका आउटपुट क्या है पहले तो ठीक है
Marker will provide you the marker.
We are going to take 2 more minutes to do that. Okay, this table is ready. Yes.
There is double tape. यहाँ पे double tape है. आप double tape
One table is already done. Right? Are we ready? Yeah. 2 tables are already done. Waiting for 2 more tables. No, 3 tables are done. 3. Waiting for the last table. Marker से पहले
All lights.